Well, hey folks, it's your old pal King Waspinator. Welcome back to Total Party Skills. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. I had a thought last night that, in terms of how players can go about choosing the alignment for their characters, well, considering that Dungeons and Dragons takes place in a fantasy universe where the gods are known to be real and, like, you can actually go to the various heavens and hells and see them in person while you're alive, and there will be documentation about this, especially if you have any kind of sort of connections with wizards guilds or planar travelers or any of that kind of stuff, who can tell you first-hand accounts of what is to be found on the great wheel of existence and what kind of afterlife you might end up having, depending on what gods and alignment, ethical code you decide to adhere to in life. And so maybe one way to go about deciding what alignment your character should have is you should consider the nature of the various outer planes and exactly what sort of afterlife your character would want to have for themselves, and therefore what sort of belief structure they need to adhere to in order to be able to get there. If you want to have an afterlife where you get to be an animal person in the beast lands, then do you necessarily want to be, following like any sort of lawful neutral or lawful good or lawful evil kind of philosophies, or do you need to find that just right sweet spot of, right there on the balance between chaotic good and neutral good, to be able to achieve that sort of end? Do you want to go to the big floating earthbergs of Yizgard? Well, you're gonna have to be pretty deeply chaotic and good, and have a real kind of Viking kind of outlook and lifestyle, without being a servant of evil and creating more woe than harm and good that you do in life. You want to go to Mount Celestia? You're gonna have to walk a very narrow path. Knowing that like these existences are there, why would anyone actively choose to set themselves on a path where they're going to wind up in Avernus or the Abyss or Gehenna for eternity? Why would someone find limbo attractive and all that kind of stuff? Just food for thought. Like, it's one thing in the real world where it's all kind of, in the end, a little bit of a guesswork and a wink and a prayer as to whether or not our beliefs are actually going to lead to anything greater in existence. But in the fictional world of D&D, that's not the case. People have traveled to heaven and hell and have come back to tell the tale, and so there would be kind of a more firmer, calmer, common knowledge, that like these things do exist, and so there's a point to following certain belief structures if you want to have an outcome that you would find favorable. So anyway, just a quick little thing, just a thought to dig out your Planescape books, or to just look through the information in the Player's Handbook and DMG that they have about the planes, and think a bit about where you want to end up in life, or I guess afterlife. Well, anyway, until next time, stay waspinated.